Hi, John Dwyer here, and I'm here for module number 7 of this, which is the ultimate marketing system. At least that's what we say it is. It's the WOW Manifesto Client Attraction Program. So thanks for joining me for module 7. Hopefully you've found a lot of benefit in the first 6 modules. I don't think anyone could complain that this program is not content rich. I think if you've hung in there with us for the first 6 modules, you can see that we're pretty full on about making sure we give you lots and lots of content, not just in the video tutorials, which I'm doing like this, but also in the downloadable written blueprints. Because the great thing with that blueprint is that it follows pretty much the mantra that I talk about in the videos, except without my hands waving. I must be Italian descent. I'm not, I'm Irish Catholic, but I don't know what the whole hand thing is. But it sort of follows that mantra, but provides you with a whole host of more case studies that you can swipe and use for your business. So please make sure you download the blueprints for each one of these modules. Okay, so let me just go through what number 7 is all about. Module number 7, it's all about video testimonials and how you can get good ones and then how you should be using them. Lots and lots of skepticism is around testimonials, but particularly written testimonials. And the reason is because a lot of people just believe that you wrote them about your products or services and put Bill and Betty's name at the bottom of it. And I dare say that that's probably happened over the years many times. And so therefore, if you did some heat mapping on your website, I bet you would find that very few people ever click on your menu bar that says testimonials. I don't think you'll find much traffic goes to that page at all, because if it's written testimonials, I think you'd find that skepticism is quite high. People just think, oh look, I'm not going to read that because they've had their sister-in-law or brother-in-law, or they've written it themselves and then just put names at the bottom of it. However, video testimonials are an entirely different thing. With video testimonials, not only are they reportedly 10 times more valuable than a written testimonial, and that's from a whole bunch of gurus around the world who have studied this, but also they're just more believable. I mean, if you have someone on video talking about your products or your services, it's much more believable than if they were, sort of communicated via just a paragraph or two. Why? Because they can wave their hands, you've got the inflection in the voice up and down like I'm doing right now, you can see them smile, they might even be holding the product, for goodness sake. Just stuff that you just can't get that theatre and that drama that if you were to do written testimony, it's chalk and cheese. So, I don't dispute, I haven't done any research myself in terms of, measuring the difference between a video testimonial and a written one, but I have Googled a hell of a lot of, people who have, and the consensus seems to be that video testimonials are about 10 times more powerful in terms of their persuasion than a written testimonial. Now, the best time to get a testimonial is when the client has just enjoyed the experience of you providing them with a benefit or maybe a solution to their problem. And I know you're sitting there, as you might be taking the odd note, going, well, JD, what do you mean by that? What I mean by that is, for example, let me see. I'm a lawnmower. I know I've brought up a lawnmower a couple of times in other modules, but it's an easy one. I'm a lawn mowing guy, and I've just finished mowing your lawns. And you know how when you have mowed the lawn, or you've had someone who has mowed your lawn, that smell, that aroma that comes from freshly cut grass, you just can't beat that, can you? It's almost as good as the smell of freshly brewed coffee, which will show you how sad my life is. I don't think it's as good as freshly brewed coffee. But anyway, you know what I mean. There's that nice smell when you've mowed your lawn. That's the time that as a lawnmower guy, you would grab your iPhone and walk up to Mrs. Smith and you would say to her, Mrs. Smith, what do you think about my lawn mowing service? And that's when you want her to take you through basically a comparative explanation detailing the benefits of using you versus a similar option that they might have tried elsewhere. Now, when you go to the written blueprint for this particular module, you'll see I've given you all the questions that you need your clients to answer in a video testimonial. So I won't go through all of those right here because I might bore you, but essentially what you want is not just a testimonial. So, oh look, I think Fred's lawn mowing service is wonderful and Fred's just a nice guy and I'd recommend him to anyone. You don't want that. You want someone that's going to follow the system that you'll see in our blueprint, whereby they do actually enjoy a tremendous transformation from your product or service compared to perhaps what they had experienced with the competitors. So if it was the lawn mowing guy, Mrs. Smith would look at that iPhone, and when Jim or Fred, whatever that lawn mowing guy's name was, is holding up his iPhone, she would be there going, "Oh, look, he was, look, Jim's lawn mowing. I won't say Jim. Fred's lawn mowing service. It's just wonderful. And you know what? He's been mowing my lawn now for the last 3 months. And before he came along and did it, I've got to tell you, I had a number of bad experiences with other lawn mowing so-called experts. They weren't experts because guess what? Not only was my lawn completely hacked up because some was mown, to that level, others mown to this. They never did the whippersnippering of the edges. They left some of the debris here from branches that that fallen off some of the stuff that they were doing when they were buzzing whatever that is, the buzzsaw of my garden. You can see I know a lot about lawn mowing, and it was just awful. It was just a really awful experience time and time again. Someone recommended that I should get Fred, and so Fred has come out, and I've had him for the last few months. It is just a transformation. My lawn looks fantastic now. The customer service from Fred is unreal. He rings me an hour before he's coming so that I know that he's coming and I don't get freaked out with the lawnmower noise. He always knocks on the door before he leaves to give me the invoice. No, to just bid farewell and tell me what date he's coming, next week or next fortnight, and blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying. So therefore, she's telling a story about what life was like before Fred in terms of her lawn mowing needs versus what life's like now with Fred. And that's what you want to do. You want to make sure that when you're getting video testimonials, you do get people to talk about how you, or your service, or your product has transformed the experiences that they had previously with your competitors. What you want to do then, of course, is feature your best video testimonials on your website. It's no good capturing them and then just leaving them sitting on your iPhone or maybe on your hard drive. You want to make sure that you grab the gold, the ones that are gold, and feature, I don't know, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of them on the homepage of your website. And you're now saying to me, JD, the homepage of your website, wouldn't they go on the testimonial page of your website? No, they wouldn't. I mean, the almost good ones would go there, but the really brilliant Academy Award-winning ones, 2 or 3 or 4 of them, would be featured on your homepage. Remember when we went through the homepage design on one of our other modules, I was saying that somewhere on that homepage you would feature video testimonials. Lost my voice. Video testimonials. And it would be your best 2 or 3 or 4 video testimonials that the people that really raved about you and were quite dramatic in the way that they explained your products or services. And so therefore, by the way, when is the best time to capture these testimonials? I was just telling you, if it was a lawn mowing guy, it would be straight after he's just finished doing the lawn. We'll think about how, what would be the best time for your business. If you're a hair salon, I would imagine the best time would be when Mrs. Smith has just, I don't know, had her whole hair done under that space capsule that they put the women on. I know nothing about that capsule, but you do see that image in all the hair salons, don't you? That stuff that they put down there with the big cone head thing. And she comes out of that and she's looking $1 million like a Hollywood star. And it's quite a transformation from perhaps what she looked like when she came in. That's when you want to put your iPhone in front of Mrs. Smith and say, what's it like? What's the transformation? Have you enjoyed our services? Was it lovely to get that cappuccino whilst we were doing your hair? If it happens to be, for example, a builder, and the builder has just put some extensions onto Mrs. Jones's house, and basically he's just finished the last part of it. They've put the door on and everything's finished. That's when he would put the camera in front of her because it's fantastic, it looks great. They've now got a new area of the house that they can live in, and it's been done under budget and on time. That's when you want Mrs. Jones to say, oh look, ABC Builders just blew us away with regards to just how fast they were, how efficient they were. It's been cost effective, they've come in under budget, and they've come in under the actual time that they said they would take. So it's all about making sure that your client provides a bit of a story. It's no good, please do not do that one where, oh, hello, my name is Mary and I would like to say that I've been using the weight loss program for, XYZ weight loss centers and it has been wonderful. That's not what you want. That's not going to engage anyone into considering your products or services. It looks fake or it looks like she is scared shitless. Okay, one or the other. Whichever is not going to do you any favours. So, you may have to throw some video testimonials out, because no matter how much you motivated them and tried to coach them through, being quite animated, they just don't have it. There are some boring people out there, I've got to tell you, okay? So you might just have to pretend that that's going to be good and say thank you very much, and then, ditch it. That's not the one you're going to use. Pick out the gold. And by the way, I'm not suggesting for a moment that you script these testimonials and tell anyone what to say, because I'm not suggesting that for a moment. These testimonials should be real stories. But if I'm getting testimonials for what I do for owners of businesses or managers of businesses, and I put my camera in front of them at one of my events, if they just say to me, oh look, joined JD's wow Manifesto program and it's been really good, I've got to say to them, look, I can never use that. That's just a nothing statement. It's been really good. Nobody wants to deal with someone who's delivered just really good. That's what you expect. So can you give me the before and after? And then they get it. Okay, I'm not asking them to lie. I just say to them, can you give the real story? What turnover were you doing beforehand, or what number of customers were you getting per month before you came into my world? What are you getting now? And that's when they go, oh, the light comes on, and they go, oh, let's do it again. So I'll put the iPhone in front of them, and that's all you need, by the way. You don't need all the Steven Spielberg cameras and lights. You just need the iPhone these days. The quality is plenty good enough. And that's when they'll say, oh, look, I joined JD's program, in the last 6 months. And I've got to tell you that the same 6-month period last year, we did, $500,000 worth of turnover. And in this same 6-month period this year, with the assistance of, JD's program and the direct response formula that he has, I've been able to grow my turnover from $500,000 in that 6-month period to now, $980,000, almost doubling it in the same 6-month period. And it's been all, or maybe not all, but mostly attributable to the sort of formula that I've learned being involved in JD's program. So then I've got a testimonial that I can put up on my website and I can show people like you. I haven't asked him to lie. I haven't asked him to tell any fibs. I'm just saying, please, can you give me a before and after scenario? And maybe in a storytelling sense, he might say, look, it's been good. JD's a bit of a larrikin. He's a bit cheeky. So therefore we've had a good time and enjoyed this at the same time as learning. So we've got the results, but we've also been in a very dynamic environment whereby we can share ideas on the Facebook page, and I can post questions on there, not just to JD but to other business owners, and blah blah blah. Okay, so therefore the whole idea is to get the meat and veggies, we say in Australia, the meat and vegetables out of them, the really hardcore before and after story. But if you possibly can get from someone who is a bit of a storyteller a little bit of a story about it, then it's just absolute pixie dust on top. So there you go. Please consider getting video testimonials rather than written testimonials. And when you get the good ones, don't just put them on your testimonial page. Pick the 2 or 3 or 4 best ones and put them on your homepage. You may care to rotate that so that it's not the same 4 testimonials for 3 years, but keep on putting the best ones on your homepage. Let me tell you what's coming up next in Module 8, free publicity. Okay, so I've just looked at my notes here and I can see that Module 8 is free publicity. Now, you can't miss this one. When it's all said and done, marketing generally means that you have to make an investment. You have to make an investment in pay-per-click advertising, or you have to make an investment in letterbox brochures or direct mail or TV or radio, newspapers, magazines, whatever it may be. Wouldn't it be nice not to have to make an investment and just get free publicity? Well, guess what? There are easy ways to do that if you know how. And I think in Australia, I've probably been able to generate free publicity for my products or services pretty easily over the last 2 or 3 decades, because I've got a system. I know what turns journalists or marketing departments on with TV stations, radio stations, newspapers, magazines, online publications. I've got a knack for being able to get them to promote my story. So I'm going to show you what that's all about in the next module, so please make sure you don't miss that. That's how to get free publicity. And in the meantime, make sure you download the blueprint for this module so that you can do this. Flick pages. I think you do that. You lick your thumb when you do that, don't you? So you can flick the pages if you print it, of course. You can't do that if you just download it. And just really check out the whole testimonial thing, particularly the video testimonial thing. Look forward to seeing you in the next module.